My name is Maria Calauti of Le Grand Chic Italia School of Fashion. I'm here today. I'm going to do a demo on how to fit the body with the bodice front method of a bodice under 5 minutes, as I've shown in previous videos. This method really works. It fits like a charm. The tools are the true stars. Let me introduce you to them. This is the square that you do the front and back bodice. They are pre-marked using formulas that tailors used for years, trying to figure out all the calculations are done for you, so you don't, all you use is the half bust measurement. So this is the front, this is the back. This one does sleeves and pants. Same principle applies. For the sleeves, you use the half bust measurements, it's all broken down. For the pants, you use the half hip measurement, it's all broken down as well. This is the French curve to assist in creating curved lines. This is the red square. It's red and it's a square, therefore it's the red square. You have the mandarin collar, you do the shirt collar. This is for cuffs, and this is to create the back for a notch collar for blazers, or any kind of collar actually. So a very useful tool. This is the instruction book that comes with the kit. It'll take you from beginner to tailor in no time at all if you follow all the instructions. And of course there's a measuring tape that is specific to tailors. This kit is available for purchase on my website. It'll arrive to you in the mail in an envelope like this in 4 to 7 days, or 7 to 10 days depending where you live. I can ship anywhere in the world with Canada Post, and it will give you many, many years of pattern making and lots of new garments. For this demo today, I'm going to be doing a front princess lines, a bodice with the front princess lines only going to the hip, and a back, just a sheath at the back, meaning it just has the fisheye darts, just for today's demonstration. The measurements are here. A friend and neighbor of mine graciously volunteered to be my model. She'll be here towards the end of the video to fit the body. These are the measurements, and they are taken in metric, and that's what I will be using to draft the pattern. Okay. Prove that a bodice with shaping can be done in under 5 minutes. I'm going to start the timer and start the draft using the measurements that I've shown you. I have not drafted anything using these measurements for this particular person before. This is going to be a first time, so I'm taking quite a chance. All right, so here goes. All right, so I'm using the half bust measurement, which in this case is 61. So my drafting two-step is 1, 2, 3, slide, come on, 4, 5, 6, draw the line for the shoulder incline. Now her front neck to waist is 45 centimeters. So now I'm going to draw the waist. The actual waist measurement is 56.5, so it's right there, and closing the square. Okay, now I'm going to add the hips. So it's down 17 centimeters. I'll make this line a little bit more straight. You must be careful with the lines. Down 17 centimeters. And the hip, the half hip, is 65.5. That would be right there. Okay? I've done the basic block. Now I'm going to start the shaping. So the shaping starts like this. Down 2, out 2, in 5, and the base start is 1/6 of the half bust measurement, so I'm going to go with 10. So 10 and 10. Redraw the armhole. I'm going to find the bust height. To find the apex, bust height is 34. Half bust distance is 13.5, which is right here. I'm going to connect the dots. And I'm going to add 1 centimeter ease at the hip and connect the side seam. Now this is not quite done. I'm going to have to, because that's not going to fit properly, so now I have to actually redraw that shoulder incline. There is the shoulder incline. Okay. And that's the beginning of the princess line. So that took a whole 4 minutes and 8 seconds. Okay, now I'm going to add the bottom part of the princess seams. Okay, to do that, that's okay, don't need the tape. To do that, I'm going to extend the apex line down to the hip so I can actually put in the fisheye dart. Now the fisheye darts at the front are much smaller than the back. They are normally 1 centimeter on each side of this line, so 2 centimeters. But in Kathleen's case, because I see that her hips and waist, there's not a lot of difference, I'm going to go 1/2 centimeter on each side, just giving her enough shape to, without taking away from the waist. Now the fisheye dart is 10 centimeters below the waist on the front. Then I'm going to take my red square using the mandarin collar on this side, and I'm going to give it its shape. Like so. Now, isn't that a gorgeous shaped dart? That's a beautiful shaped dart. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and start on the back. You notice that I haven't done any shaping whatsoever at the side quite yet. The only thing I did was connect the armhole to the hip. And that's all I need to do at this point. Once I get the back done, then I will address that issue. So I'm going to just shift papers here. And the back is going to be done in the same manner as the front, except it's a mirror image of the front. So here we go. All right. So 1, I'm going to mark adulti for the neckline. 2, 3, slide, more. Now I'm going to extend that down a little bit, just because I know that otherwise it won't be enough there. I won't be able to see it. So here we go. There's 5. Six. Draw the line for the shoulder incline. Okay? Now for the back, we must always go up, always go up 1 centimeter, up there. Always go up 1 centimeter. That gives a nicer armhole. Okay? Now I'm going to find the back neck to waist. Now, the back neck to waist for Kathleen is, she's a larger busted lady, a wonderful lady, is 38 centimeters. That's quite the difference between the front and the back. But I have a way of addressing it that will take away that affliction called gaposis. And many, many women suffer from it, unfortunately. Now, the half waist, again, is 56.5. And I'm going to join just with a dotted line. That is the basic block. So I've closed up my square. Now, I'm going to mark the 17 to mark the hip line. And the hip is 65.5. Okay? So now I'm going to join these two together. I'm going to add the dart, and the dart is going to be at the halfway point. It's the shape, actually, I think I'm going to do the shaping before I do the dart, just to make sure that the waist is correct. All right. So the next step is to take the front or the back, fold it on the straight line, and line up the hips and the waist. Now, notice the difference here? That's pretty significant. That is pretty significant. I will address that. At the moment, though, I'm going to see the fisheye dart at the back. So, I think I'm going to have to take this in. So, over here, the shaping is done exactly the same amount on the front as the back. So, I'm going to do 1.5 and 1.5 for the shaping for that back. Okay, so now I'm going to take the back measurement from the shaping, so that is 29.5, so that would be half of that is 14.25. There's the halfway point. I'm going to anchor my square on the hip line and draw a line from the bust to the hips. At the back, I'm going to put in the back dart, which is 1.5 and 1.5 on either side, 3 centimeters up from the hip and to the shoulder, just using straight lines. I have my dart. I'm going to do a little bit more shaping back here of 0.5 centimeter, just to give a little bit more shape to the back. I'm not sure, but she may need a sway back adjustment. That's something that we'll have to see when she tries the mock-up on. Now, if you're not familiar with the sway back adjustment, it just means that there is a a slightly larger curvature at the back, making this part, the distance from here to here, shorter than the distance from here to here. All right, so that looks like a front and back, doesn't it? Now, the one thing that I have to do before I can address this is I have to see the half shoulder measurement, which is 20 centimeters, the half shoulder width at the back. So I'm going to do that in red. Actually, no, I'm going to do that in green, so that way you see the relation between the front and the back. So 20 goes, whoa, that's right to here. That's very significant. She has very small shoulders, but a larger bust. Anyway, it's nothing that can't be fixed. So 4 centimeters. I have to account, it's 4 centimeters smaller, her shoulders are 4 centimeters smaller than the pattern. So, traditional thinking would have you remove it from here, from the shoulder. That is not going to work. In fact, what one must do is enlarge the base dart. Because it's so much, well, it's 4 centimeters right here. So you're going to enlarge that base dart by 4 centimeters. And you're going to redraw that shoulder incline. This is why I did that adjustment in green. Now, anybody that has a little bit of a larger bust can relate to the gaposis. And this is the cure for it. It just takes absolute care of it. So there is the smaller shoulder. And here we have it. It is 11 centimeters there. And it is, okay, it's actually 12 here just because of the incline. So I'm going to actually remove a centimeter from here. So from there to there is 11 centimeters. Okay? And this is going to be redrawn, but not until I address this issue here. The difference between the front and the back is a further 4 centimeters. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm just going to take and draw a line, and I'm going to add 2 centimeters on either side. 1, 2, okay? And I'm making a dart that will be pinched out. Okay, so it will be pinched out, and that side is redrawn. Now you see what happens when you do that? You get extra fabric over here. You're going to get extra fabric that's needed to be able to fit the bust line properly. What you're going to see with this mock-up is going to amaze you. So now, just to prove that I did it correctly, I'm going to take, fold it here, put it next to the back. And let's see what happens. Perfect. That is perfect. So now I'm going to take and redraw that armhole. I've done it partially here. I'm going to take, and here is there is the armhole, and her armhole circumference is 58. Let's see if that is correct, because for many women with the larger bust lines, the armhole circumference tends to be a little bit smaller. So if it's not correct, then I'm just going to have to shrink it down a bit. Well, guess what? It's 56 centimeters. I think 58 might be a little bit too large, so I'm just going to leave it. That can be always adjusted on the body. So this is the back sheath with her shoulder adjustment. This one here will be the front. Now I will trace the pattern pieces. I'm going to have the center front and the side front, and I will have the back. Okay, and now for the side shaping. Now that I have everything else all done, you can see it's all color coded. The green is the actual stitching lines with Kathleen's adjustments at the front and at the back. Now I'm going to do the shaping at the sides. And as if you remember, I went in 1.5, 1.5. Has to be equal front and back. Now with my red square, in the same manner that I shaped the dart, I will shape the sides. The front dart, that is. Like so. There we go. I'm just going to double check and make sure that the waist is going to fit. So the half waist is 56.5. So we're going to start from here. That's 13 to here and to there. And to there, and it is exactly 57.5. She's got 1 centimeter ease. Perfect. Okay. All right, so here we have the pattern pieces cut out. I have the center front, complete with my markings. So they're going to meet at the waist, at the bust, and up here. This point can be put at random pretty much anywhere, just so you know that those 2 points have to meet. Now you see what happens when you close. All I did was pinch out that dart. Look at the spacing here. What that does is it takes and it makes the fabric just sculpt right to the body. It instead of sitting out like this, it just makes it go just right like that. You get the right slope on the body. So that is the front. And here is the back. It's just one piece, like a sheath. As you can see, she has a bit of a short waist. So it's this is a bit challenging, but I'm sure that it's going to fit very well. Now I'm going to pin this on fabric and cut out the mock-up.